What's up, Gearheads? Jared here from Gearhead Grind, bringing you an update video post King of the Hammers 2026. I did have stubs already, got it out to King of the Hammers, had a great time with buddies, but there was another unfortunate incident. Let me update you, because the majority of this video is going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Let's get into it.
No! God!
All right,
no,
guys, it's gonna start pulling.
Please, no! 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 No!
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
So this is the update, and it's not a good one. Had stubs all done and out at King of the Hammers. Ignore the transport wheels. That's for getting it in and out of the trailer and everything. And had a bad night, unfortunately. I'm not even entirely sure what happened, but had a rollover accident with the buddy inside. We're perfectly okay. The seats and harnesses and roll cage and everything did its job. No worries there, like barely a bruise. But the truck did not fare so well, unfortunately. Debeated 2 tires in the process. One of them, I think, caused the roll, the 37s that were on the back. And then, yeah, but it's a bummer. Landed on its side, actually this side. So I'll take you through everything that's damaged, and now it's time to figure out what is next for Stubbs. We have a chicken named Chubb, so I mix those up all the time. But yeah, let me walk through it. It's not great for sure. So first off, grill maybe salvageable, but unfortunately this part got folded back, so I can see if I can undo that. There's some dents, and it already wasn't in the best shape, so this may be a good excuse to do that. Hood, obviously. Radiator core support, passenger fender, airbox. I have an AEM filter. I'm just going to run an air filter instead for now, because yeah, it got squished back. I mean, it landed hard enough. I don't know how fast we're going exactly, but it pushed all this back far enough that the airbox dented into itself because of the, well, it's not a strut tower, but the shock tower there for the coilover. And so what we did was we actually had a winch and connected a winch right here. Actually, you could see where it tore the metal. So we connected a winch and pulled this out, and that way I was able to drive back to camp, essentially. So yeah, all that got smushed back. It did rebound a bit, and then we pulled it more to be able to get to and from camp. So even with some beating, like this was more crinkled here on this fender, unfortunately. The windshield is a goner. There was some damage to this cab anyway, so there's some rust in here. Things that I eventually wanted to address, but it was pretty hidden, so I didn't really need to. And now we will. This door is repairable in theory, but there's a pretty bad little crease here, and it's actually canted back. Like the triangle window doesn't close anymore. The window works pretty well, but it's fully dented in from sitting on the side. So I might be able to pull this door. I'm not entirely sure yet, but this one is a question mark. It's definitely not the worst thing ever. And then the bedside here for the step side got dented in. I'll see what I can do to pull it out, but I don't have high hopes. I mean, there's some good indents and creases and various things there, so I'll probably have to do that. And then this side of the bedside got tweaked a little bit. I think I can fix this one. I'm going to put some pressure down right here, be able to pull this up and hopefully flatten that out. It should be no problem. Let's hop over to the other side. So the driver fender, pretty much the only thing on the car that wasn't touched, or the truck that wasn't touched. So that one is good to go. What's not is the cab. So took a good hit up here. This is what buckled the windshield. And you can see there's actually a roll bar shaped, not even an indentation, like it's bent around the roll bar itself, basically. So there is a full cage in this. Nothing was damaged. Literally nothing even came out of place. Like everything did its job. The iPad was still there, you know, drink holder, everything did its job. There was no alcohol involved, like not even a little bit of drinking that night. It was just purely a freak accident. Like the little visors for the windshield didn't move at all. that light did pop out, but it actually was pretty good about popping out no matter what. But yeah, no broken welds on the cage or anything. This is not good filming. I apologize. I'll do some more detailed videos later. It's tough with the lights outside the cab. But the cage isn't damaged at all. I mean, I'll do some measurements and basically make sure it's not pushed that way or anything silly. It's hard to tell. It was lined up perfect with the cab, which it still is, but things are tweaked and moved, so we'll have to see. But yeah, unfortunately, the cab is toast. I was hoping that it was just this skin, like, you know, when I was reminiscing about it before I was looking at it, I was hoping it was just this, because I could have completely done the inner and outer skins, done the drip rail and all that, but it is this part of the cab as well, and unfortunately all the way down. So there's buckling here, there's buckling here, and can't see it too well, but actually maybe you can. There's kind of rippling throughout the back of the cab here all the way down, and the cab got pushed into the bed. So there's normally more of a gap here between the bed and the cab. Everything kind of got pushed back, or the bed got pushed. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, I was hoping I could salvage the cab. In theory, I guess I could. It'd be a lot of work though, because yeah, behind this panel, there's a whole lot of warping and buckling and fun stuff going on. Thankfully, this window didn't pop out, so I still have the sliding window. I'm going to save from it. The original 1990s Red Hot Chili Pepper sticker is still there. The step side on this also pretty much got the same attention as the other side, unfortunately. My lights got busted on both sides. That's fine. Unfortunately, this bedside got smushed. So I'm going to see if I can pull it out and round this off and do everything, but that's not going to be super easy. So that's a bummer on that side. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do there. Tailgate, untouched, all good. And what's weird, one thing, I don't want to show the full number here, but the license plate got bent in on that corner. So like the bed and everything moved enough where somehow that license plate got tweaked and bent, which was a little weird. So yeah, things must have shifted. But in here, basically the bed is held on. There's two plates, so one on each side, one just like it. And the frame of the bed is bolted on, and then this whole side panel is bolted on. And then the bed does, I mean, it's self-supported throughout the side until the front corner here. And there's basically a little gusset down here. Let's see if not good lighting, but yeah, you can see there's some gusset. There's a tube that ties the bed in down there. And then, yeah, some plating. So it doesn't look like the bed moved at all, but something had to have happened where the bed shifted on the frame to cause the license plate to bend over, which is weird. So basically the bed doesn't use body mounts. The cab does still, and the whole front of the truck, but the bed doesn't. It's hard welded on there. So not really sure. But yeah. Oh, and this door is a goner. I had to pull it out because this whole drip rail here was folded over, and it basically held the door closed. So I had to crawl out. We're able to get that door open eventually, and we're able to crawl out that side. It opens like a foot maybe. So I basically came in here with a pry bar and a hammer and was able to fold this up, pull this door out, but it still wasn't functioning. Window didn't roll down, all of that. So to get it into the trailer, I basically had to pull this door off so that way I could get out of the truck when I was in the trailer, because I couldn't get the window to roll down. Nothing, like I don't have space to open the door basically. As expected, interior is fully okay. Just a lot of glass and fun stuff in here, but interior is all good. So all that is salvageable. Of course, going to test the cage, but the hard part is I really don't want to go through and do a replacement cab, because I'll have to redo everything, right? Like pull the electrical, pull all the new stuff, pull the vintage air system, get it all converted over the new cab, all possible. The cage is really going to suck. Like basically I'd have to cut out certain parts of it and then see what I could move over to the new cab. And probably not sell, like just probably have to remake some things basically. So, cut the bottom on the foot plates, basically probably cut the door bars out. I'm assuming that'd be the easiest thing to rebuild. Fold down the whole like A-pillar assembly, dash assembly, get that out, fold down this, hopefully be able to get out the main hoop in the back here. Yeah. So there's 2 bars. There's no triangulation up here that goes to the headrest or up to the corner of the cab, but there's a couple bars and triangulation in the back here. But I mean, it seemed to do its job because there's some tube that comes over. It wasn't hard enough of an impact where I think the cage shifted. It was all solid. Like I said, no cracked welds. I went through with a flashlight and checked them all and everything. But yeah, lots of rebuilding to do. So now I'm trying to figure out what is next. What form is Stubbs going to take? Do I rebuild it as is and get all new body panels and keep Stubbs a step side and just bite the bullet and replace the cab? The other option is try to convert Stubbs to being a Blazer. So to do that, I basically keep this section of the cab. As you can see, it's seen better days, so I might have to do a replacement panel here or figure out what the deal is. But the Blazer, it basically has a different header that goes all the way across. So I cut all that out, replace this whole like top lip assembly up there, cut the cab all the way down to basically there in the back, and then make a bed, get rid of all the step side stuff, and then drill out these spot welds, essentially, remove that back part of the cab, weld on bed sides, and can convert it to being a Blazer because it is on a Blazer chassis. One other option that I was thinking is just say, screw it, cut the fenders out bigger, run bigger tires. I've got 37s now. Do I do 40s on it? And then in the back, I can, instead of paying, whatever these cost, like $600 before shipping, basically, or $550 maybe, do some tube that comes out and basically do like a flat fender style that goes back. Then I can run some 40s or whatever size tires I want. I could even go bigger, and then basically have the tube pop out, go up, over, down, flat top fender, sheet metal all the way around, and then have that all be tube. So if I'm sliding or anything, like it's just tube on there, I don't have any bodywork to mess up. And then basically keep this inner bed part that'll serve as kind of the step side and some design there. So unsure what I'm going to do right now, but first off, disassembly. I'm going to start with the easy stuff, take the hood off, take the radiator core out, hold as much stuff on the truck as I can, but disconnect some things and take them out. You tell like this whole transmission cooler got pushed back and tweaked. A lot of stuff got tweaked. So basically need to take everything apart to see what I need and build up a shopping list no matter what. So no matter what, I know I need fender, hood, radiator core, the things I went through earlier. But yeah, we'll see. Time to rebuild Stubbs. Really sad. Just got him finished. So, yeah, it's quite a bummer. Wasn't expecting to have to put a bunch of work in. But here we go. That's life. Anyway, that's the breakdown of what's going on with Stubbs right now. He's in a bad place, unfortunately. So, gonna do some rebuilding. Just tear down right now, like I said, take apart this whole front end, and basically assess any further damage, make sure everything's good on the frame. Like, I assume the frame, I haven't seen any damage with suspension, anything like that. But basically go through it all. Oh, there is something funky going on with my brake pedal for sure. So I don't know if it's as easy as a vacuum leak or what's going on, but I do need to figure that out. Basically the pedal stays down. I feel like I can hear a little hissing or something, but it may be a rubber boot squeaking, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yep. So the hard part's the cab. I mean, if the cab was undamaged, this would be so much easier, but the poor condition the cab is in, it's going to be a lot of work. So I just need, like I said, need to figure out what the next step is. Let me know what you think. Do I rebuild him as a step side? Do I go all in and have a dedicated off-road rig? I could even run Stubbs as a convertible and just figure that out. I don't want to. I want a full cab, but or a Blazer. Yeah. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments. And thanks, everyone. Definitely a bummer, but we'll rebuild and he'll be better after this. All right. Till the next one, gearheads. See ya.